Hey guys, welcome back to Holistic Health with Airin Aquarius. I wanted to share a bit today about the breath, and I just felt like there was no coincidence that my mom named me Airin, air in. I've always felt like it was my duty to remind people to breathe. I've been practicing yoga for over 14 years and I've been teaching for over 8. And it's so fascinating what can happen to our bodies and our minds when we bring more awareness around the breath. So if you think about it, the breath is the closest thing to us. So there's a few ways that we bring life force energy into the body, and one is through food and the other is through breath. And while we eat a few times a day, we breathe constantly. We can't even count how many times we take a breath in a day. And so our breath is the most important thing that sustains life, those subtle inhalations and exhalations. And it's always been fascinating to me that the breath system is one of the only systems in the body that can be involuntary or voluntary. And this means that you don't even have to think about your breath to breathe. Your body just naturally does it. But yet, on the other hand, if we bring more awareness around the breath flow, we can shift our own energy and we can support our inner workings, our system and our cells and our nervous system. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about the nervous system. And there's two different aspects of the nervous system, and one is considered feminine and one is masculine. Now the masculine is when we're in that energy of go, 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 get it done, fast pace, it's the sun energy. And then we have the moon energy, which is slow, rest and digest, it's intuitive, it's creative, it's sensual, and it's the feminine. So in our society, we have a lot of fast-paced reality. And so most people don't relax until the end of the day. They get home from work. And all day long, they're in this fast-paced energy, if you will. So what happens to the body and the organs and the blood, when you're in this fast-paced fight-or-flight energy, all of your blood is rushing out of the organ system into the limbs. And it's kind of preparing you for like a fight or flight. For say, if you were running from something, because you see the body doesn't know the difference between mental stress or physical stress, or just that go, go, go kind of anxious energy. So the body is just doing what it can to keep homeostasis internally. So in yoga and through the breath practices that I absolutely love to share with my clients, the idea is to shift the nervous system back into the parasympathetic. And again, this is where healing happens. It's rest and digest. It's where creative energy happens, artists and dancers, and that energy where you're out of the reasoning mind and in this amazing flow. And so internally with the body, when we're in the parasympathetic nervous system and we're more relaxed, all the blood flows back into the organs and we're able to digest food, we're able to metabolize, we're able to synthesize the fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. So simply by breathing, we support our digestive system. We oxygenate blood and the cells. We support hormonal systems. And then by exhaling, we release tension, we release toxins, we release impurities. One of the quickest ways to alkaline the body is just simply through the breath. So this has always been so fascinating to me. And the yogis, I had many teachers in India, and they would teach us that most people only use 10% of their breath capacity. And so this can leave a lot of stagnant energy and excess toxins in the body. Because as we breathe, it can also help move the lymph system, and the lymphs help to push out these toxins as well. So you ever wonder why you feel so good after a good workout? And part of it's because you get the body moving, which moves the limbs, but a big part of it is the breathing. It forces you to breathe deeper, and you're exhaling and you're releasing, and then you're inhaling and bringing in fresh energy. So I invite you to become aware of your breath and maybe just check in. We'll take a moment here so you can close your eyes, and without trying to shift anything just yet, just observe the breath. Are you breathing through your nose or your mouth? Is your inhalation longer or shorter than your exhalation? Are you holding the breath in between, or do you consistently breathe back and forth? Notice the texture of your breath. Notice the sound. Notice the movement of your body as you breathe. As you inhale, the body expands and slightly lifts. And as you exhale, the body settles down as you release. Notice if you're breathing more shallow in the throat and the chest area, or notice if you're breathing deeper in your belly. Notice the movement of your ribs and your diaphragm. And just see how by simply bringing our awareness for these few moments to the breath helps you to drop into a more relaxing state. And to really go further into that, I invite you now to focus on slowing down and deepening the breath. Remember, where your mind goes, your energy follows. So when we begin to focus on the breath, we can truly support our nervous system, our overall health, our attitude, any kind of anxiety that might be arising. So conscious breathing is an extremely powerful tool that can support you in your day-to-day life, in your relationships, at your job, any time of day. You don't need anything. You can just close your eyes or even keep them open if you're driving and just notice your breath. When we're stressed or we're angry, the breathing stops typically, and it's more stuck. And when we're really relaxed, we begin to breathe deep into the belly, just like a baby would breathe. So I invite you to just take a few moments and try to be more aware of your breath patterns and how it shifts depending on your mood and your energy, and when you wake up in the morning, before you go to sleep, after you drink your coffee. And then notice how simply by bringing the awareness to it and inviting it to slow and deepen, you can truly uplift your energy and transform your thinking patterns and how you feel. So that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in and sharing your breath with me. It's Airin Aquarius with Holistic Health. Namaste.